Hey everybody, we are at the Habitat for Humanity project in Marshall, Minnesota. Extreme Panels is putting up a slab-on-grade house. We've got a 24-foot by 48-foot building with heated floors, and we're doing walls and roof panels. And we're going to videotape the process throughout the whole thing so that we can assist you in putting up buildings in the future. Around us you'll see the bundles of panels that we have. These are kind of how the panels come out to the job site. We've got all the panels numbered according to where they are on the plan, and you can see we've got an assortment of pieces. We're just simply putting a big jigsaw puzzle together. So a lot of people ask about having them in sequential order. We do it when we can. If you look over here at the roof panels, the very thick ones, you can see we have them in sequential order where we can. So anyway, notice things about the panels. You got electrical chases put on in the panels. You have a red marker put where all of these holes are for running wires, and these are simply 8-foot walls. So right now you're looking at the very bottom of the panel, and once we flip it up, you will see all these red marks signifying where the chases are. These are your outlets and these are your switch chases. And then we also have these vertically going up basically every 4 foot on center within the panel. Here you're seeing an actual window cut right into the panel. Sometimes we can do that, sometimes we can't, but it just shows the strength of the panel itself. I want you to also notice the blue paint. It's really not a paint, it's more of a wax resin that is put on the panels to help them with moisture during construction. Panels are going to get wet, but the best we can do to keep them as dry as possible, the better off we're going to be. But notice that all of the edges are sealed on these to stop moisture intrusion into the end grain of the panel. And since we've been doing this for a couple years now, and we have seen a lot better longevity of the there's not as much swelling on the OSB. In fact, there's hardly any swelling due to that. So here we've got a couple bundles of we call it miscellaneous material, and we have stuff listed on each side. You can tell we've got they've listed it for a reason. Like here, number 4 and 5, we've got a column that goes between panels 4 and 5 right here, and that'll be cut to length. We actually have a wedge cut for the very top of an interior load-bearing wall. Here we have some boards labeled at 5 7/8. They're for the roof panel that we'll talk about later. Whenever you see something labeled, that's a special material. And typically you'll get a bundle that is all full of special material. Over here we have what we call the box splines, which are the connectors from panel to panel. And they're simply a foam insert to connect the panels from piece to piece. And this is simply what we would call the connecting material. Having the box splines for the walls and the box splines for the roof here. These are some plywood splines that will show you what they do later. We have some lumber. This is cut for the corner lumber, these pieces right here, and then we also have some roof sheeting for the overhangs. So when we tell you we have a complete package for the SIPs, we do. We have everything that's needed to erect the panels. Over here we simply have a bunk of regular 2x6 by 14 lumber that typically we're using an MSR 1650 or better. We're not normally using a number 2. It's normally a 1650 MSR.
Yep.
Okay, along with the package comes a pallet, which we call it again a miscellaneous pallet, but it's all the essentials to erecting the panels. What you're going to find a lot of is the Sustent SIP seal, which we use a ton of it, and everything we're doing uses this sausage pack. Along with it comes a gun, and you get two of these types of guns, which are the hand guns that have the cones that you need, everything you need, and we'll show you how to run that when we get putting it all together. Along with the miscellaneous pallet, we have different options. We can send you just 1.5-inch screws to put the panels together if you want to just do it with screws. We have a lot of homeowners that would like to do that. We also offer a nailing package with a Hitachi nailer, And the reason we do this nail is because it is a full head round, it's a round head nail. Instead of a lot of the nails that you see will be a clipped head, this is a full headed nail. And it's plastic collated, it simply is a strip nailer, and they work really nice. A lot of guys have nailers, but they're not specifically this type. You can see that it's a very nice nail, and it works really, really well. It's a ring shank 2-inch nail. Along with this, you will also always see a box that has a bunch of stuff listed on it. That's typically a box full of small material that just goes in there. Like here we have some 10D nails, we have bits, we have 128 inch panel screws, 370 washers, 4 AC5 clips, and 1 6-inch tape. Always look for this stuff and be aware of what's there, because you're going to break right into it right away. Sustain also makes a SIP tape that we use. This is a 6-inch wide tape that goes on all of the interior joints of the panels. This is the mechanical fastener from sheet of OSB to sheet of OSB to make sure our vapor barrier requirements are done. We also have an 18-inch that you're going to see us put on top of the ridge for the roof. This will seal the very peak of the roof on the inside so that no air moisture can get through from outside or in or inside to out. And we also have a froth pack in here, which is it's a keg of foam, and there's two 10-pound tanks or 5-pound tanks in there, 10-pound tanks. And you mix them really well, you shake them, and when you're going to use this thing, we want you to use it all at once, and we'll also demonstrate that when we're injecting it up into the ridge of the panel. We do also send some single part expandable foam along too. And another thing that we do that I do want to show you are the 3-inch RSS screws, which we are going to put down with the plates. They do come with it, and we're going to show you shortly when we start erecting the bottom plates of this slab on grade house.